Well, family, here we go. It's August 28th, 2025. And this is the absolute last installment of this series. Today marks my last day in the United States Army. At midnight, I will be a veteran. I'm very hesitant to call myself a civilian. And the reason why I'm hesitant is because I've earned the title veteran. And I'm not a person that's caught up in titles or things of that nature. But there's something to be said about a person who has been able to hold the line. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about vets in general. There's something to be said about a person who has been able to hold the line for over 20 years and cross into a different threshold. I looked up some army statistics not too long ago, and what I found out is that only about 8% of the people who enlist into the United States Armies, both reserves as well as active duty, only about 8% of us actually retire out. And so here is my thank you to all of the veterans who have gone before me and who have done 20 plus years and retired out. And not just that, but if you've served in general, I would like to take this time and this chance, understanding that road, going through very similar sacrifices, regardless of the branch that you were in. Like, thank you, thank you. It's uh, it's not an easy path for multiple reasons, right? We're a completely, totally different segment of the United States population. 1%, less than 1%. And so, for those of us who have been able to retire out, or again, if you've served, for those who have retired, and for those who continue to serve in a position of DOD, my hat is tipped to you. Now, in true fashion, I am going to work from backwards a little bit, and then I'll head forward. It was pointed out yesterday by Masson Albert about the presentation that I usually have hanging in this spot right here. Well, I wanted to pull it off and bring it up a little closer to the camera today. I'll pull it back a little bit so you can see it in its entirety. This is quite easily one of the best military, actually the best military plaque I have been given from service members. This thing says a lot, and it speaks a lot to the team that presented it to me and the fashion in which it was presented. And again, to my team, I can never thank you all enough. I really can't. I'll read what it says on the inscription. It says SFC James A. Glass, 14 August 2023 through 28 August 2025. In recognition and appreciation for your outstanding leadership, professionalism, expert technical knowledge, and commitment to excellence, culminating the reflection is messing me up, culminating an illustrious 27-year career as senior Army instructor at the company level supply course. Your distinguished performance of duty represents exemplary achievement in the finest traditions of the United States Army. Your impact will be lasting and your presence will be missed. But even beyond your existence, the great memories will never cease to exist. Rise, thunderbolts. I love this. I absolutely love this. I'm gonna tell y'all something about retiring as a senior non-commissioned officer. It was earned. My rank was earned. Now I'm going to show you all my proudest achievement in the Army, outside of being able to retire from it. But it was when I was actually presented. I know it's small to some, but it's huge to me. My basic instructor, basic Army instructor's badge. And not everyone receives this. That's an instructor, and it takes a lot to get it. It's pretty challenging. And if I would have been able to stay longer, I would have gone further in my test to become a master instructor. But this certificate reads, it's with the 83rd Readiness Training Academy. Basic Army Instructor Badge is awarded to SFC James A. Glass in recognition of successfully earning the United States Army Basic Instructor Badge at Fort Knox, Kentucky. Your hard work, dedication, and commitment to soldier development is highly commendable. Your efforts are greatly appreciated by the soldiers you trained. Your determination to enhance readiness reflects great credit upon yourself, the 83rd Army Reserve Readiness Training Center, and the United States Army. Given this 21st day of February 2025, it was signed by Sergeant Major Har and Colonel Morris. That's huge. That was huge for me. I throughout my career, my goals have shifted into um a couple of things that I've always wanted to be, but there are two things that have remained. I wanted to go Pathfinder. I missed that opportunity. Um, and I also wanted to be an instructor. As when I was a younger soldier and I was an observer, controller, and trainer, I had the ability to get out in front of soldiers and assist in instructing and training them before they were sent to theater. And it was from that moment I thought to myself, like, man, I really want to be an instructor, as well as having outstanding instructors throughout my military career and throughout all of my professional leadership courses. I've had very impactful instructors that were very meaningful, and I completed the only class that I didn't complete in the Army, as far as promotion and as far as senior level instruction goes. The class that I did not complete is Sergeant's Major Academy, but from WOC to MLC, Master Leadership course, Master Leaders course, I've completed it. I completed them all, and I appreciate all of them. Those were like exceptionally good classes. And so now I want to present to you one more thing that I I'd keep near and dear to my heart, and sometimes I'd carry it around with me, and that is the knife that Chief Carter present or gave to me as well as the rest of our team. Let's see if I can get it a little bit closer. It's tough for it. There it goes. It focused in, and I love this. I love this knife. It's again one of my proudest gifts. It really is. And so now, just continuing my progress through my career. And listen, I was looking through these slides, and I will apologize up front. I have so many pictures of all of my students that at a certain point I just started grabbing photos and putting them on because I was worn out looking through them, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. When I write my book, I will include an exhaustive, an exhaustive books of photos to go along with the stories that I tell um, from my career. Because at that point, there it'll be a lot more detailed, and there will be a lot of things that will fill in even more gaps versus from what I've missed, just giving basic summaries of my career so far. All right, so again, I'm with the 83rd RTA. As I read on my plaque, starting the 14th of August, I was with the property book management course, and then I switched over to the company level supply course. And let me start out by saying to all of the students, shout out Masson Gaddy, shout out Nate Carlson, uh, Mr. Gibbs. I want to throw that out there also. They were a part of the PBMC team when I was there. CLSC team, very special group of soldiers. And I want to say to all the soldiers that allowed me to be their instructor, even allowing me to win a couple of times, best instructor, right? I appreciate that. Um, Masson Kim and Masson Flores were my teachers or my instructors, my facilitators for a course that we call SIFTIC, and that's the course that all instructors have to go through and complete in order to be qualified to instruct. And going through that course with those two instructors, it's a 2-week course, was absolutely life-changing. I began to understand the impact and the job of the actual instructor. It's not just to frivolously throw information out there. It's not just to throw up a bunch of PowerPoints and say, follow along, and you can use this for your progress checks or your tests. That's not the point. The point of the instructor, the job of the instructor, the art of being an instructor is literally shaping the future of the force and doing it in such a fashion that it's impactful, it's relevant today, tomorrow, and even past that for the future. You're going to be remembered as an instructor. And like I say to everybody, you you can only impact people one or two ways. You can influence people one of two ways, either positively or negatively. And that is going to be the deciding factor as to how your story is told, how your legacy is continued when you are finished. So if you are an instructor and you are not leaning in and taking that position serious, I beg you, go somewhere else. Go find another position in the United States Army. It's not an easy position. It's listen, it's a lot. It is a lot. Dealing with the politics of it, so on and so forth. But when you have a team like the team that I had, it makes it all worth it. And not just that, but when you have students like the students that we've had, it makes things worth even more. So thank you to my students for allowing me to be your instructor. Thank you all for leaning in, for engaging, for trusting us. I'm going to share these slides as I talk about this. Thank you for trusting us to guide you. Thank you for enabling us to be a part of your experience. Thank you for coming to our course. Hopefully, we assisted in making you a better soldier and a better person by the time you left. And just because I am processing out of the Army. That does not mean that you can't reach out to me like you were able to while I was still in uniform. Our team, hopefully, we were transformative to and for you all because everything we did was for you. We spent a lot of hours going over material to make sure we hit the mark. These are America's professionals that you see in this picture. Watching members of this team depart hit different. I knew that eventually I would be a part of that departure, but I'm not getting back. I'm not coming back to uniform. And so once I began to process out, because after I understood my merit board duty, so on and so forth, oh, things turned. A lot of stuff shifted. And these celebrations that that I indulge in, even as I was going through these pictures, celebrating you all is going to always be a nonstop thing. The privilege it was to share a podium with you all cannot be expressed enough. You all made me a better person, not just a better soldier, but a better person all around. To the soldiers of the 83rd RTA, you all are such a special group of soldiers, the epitome of professionalism. And maintain that. All the politics and the riffraff and the foolishness, put that shit aside. Put it aside, push it aside. You're there for a bigger purpose outside of yourself. I'm so proud of this guy. I am so proud of Song Grove. He's an awesome father, spectacular man, and I have watched his progress as an instructor. So again, hats off to you, man. I just wanted to say that. I really wanted to say that. The camaraderie that I shared with the soldiers of the 33rd, it was absolutely transformative. I began to wish I I had another 10 years to go in my career. You all made it all worthwhile. To my brothers in Mountain View, I'll be seeing y'all uh in a few months. Shout out to past master Lee Brooks. But I'll be seeing you all soon. I miss y'all. And now so to my other family. I put this picture up because Jay, like my little sister, she will probably be the last one of all of us that retires. And sis, it's been such a pleasure serving with you and watch you continuously grow and become a leader. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Jimmy, you you're right behind me, man. You're right behind me. I am excited about your retirement just as much as I'm excited about mine. So here's an early congrats. This is just a picture that I thought was amazing. I loved this picture, and, why not share it? Why not? I've made so many different, just great movements throughout my career that expand so far outside of my my professional prowess. Like Doc said, I do a multitude of different things, and that has allowed me to appreciate people in a genuinely different manner. Spending time with folks, getting to know people, assisting and enriching each other's lives. That's what I've learned. That's one of my biggest takeaways from the army is that you don't have to just simply exist. You can be as much as you can. When I got in the army, I believe the slogan was "Be all you can be" in the army. And I've got to admit that I have done my best to do as much as I can. Now, there were times when I probably could have done more, but large, by and large, I have I have pushed, and I appreciate the camaraderie that I've made throughout this journey. Now, I have to shift, and I have to shift because I want to express and show my gratitude and appreciation for my family, for my loved ones. And I just want to thank you all for enduring this journey. No journey happens without loss, without sacrifice, without evolution. And it's with that friction, that progress, the space in between those parallels, that we find ourselves. I've suffered losses throughout my career. My mother passed last year. It was a tough loss, not just for me, but for my entire family. It was a tough loss, and we're still dealing with it. But I want to express my gratitude to all of my family. It's been a long ride. You all were here when I started. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Just hitting me. Maya and I were together when I started this journey, and we're together as I ended my last day. I remember my last party at Dirt's house before I went to basic training. I remember everybody who was able to make that. Such a pivotal moment. Watching my sister go to the Navy is one of the things that prompted me to go to the Army. I had two other cousins that had previously gone to the Army, Cedric and Lisa, and Key went to the Navy, and I decided to go to the Army also. Although she tried talking me into going into the Navy some years later, which I probably could have done, but I was already on this path. And who knew? Who knew? I just want to thank my family for checking in, for just thinking about me. You have all been on this ride with me. And we are getting to a point. It's not that we're getting to a point. We are at the point to where we've finished this. So this retirement isn't just for me. It's for those that I love, for those that I've I wanted to make sure you were proud of me. It's for my family. My mom, my dad, my siblings. But most importantly, for my kids. They have shown a level of resilience throughout all of this that I could only wish to have a tenth of, just a small fraction. These four people are absolutely the best of me. And babies, always remember your greatness comes from who you are naturally. And any flaws that you may think you have, those are my failures as a father. This is for you all to give you the ability to be proud who you are and who you come from. I thank you all. I thank my four babies, Gabby, Sari, Lonnie, and Bubby, my constant motivation. You never have to go anywhere alone. Always remember that I'm always willing and will always be in front of you to protect you from any and everything. I love y'all. I love my family. And I want to thank you all. 27 years to those that I lost throughout this journey. Little grandpa, little grandma, my Uncle Tommy, my Uncle JB, my Aunt Renee, my Aunt Mary, my Uncle June, my Aunt Mildred, and my mom, my little sister, Candy. Thank you for helping me through and being able to hear the whispers of your voices to guide me. Thank you. I love y'all. To all of my vets that are getting ready to transition, that have recently transitioned and might be struggling through it, or if you maybe have lost your way, just remember we have separated from something that we've done and we've known and we've created a culture and we've thrived in tradition and standard. The the power that you may have wielded while in the army is only temporary, but your influence Your influence will last forever. Make sure you create a routine. Uh, you find hobbies to chase after. I want you to know that you are still relevant and loved. You are not forgotten. You are still a part of the team. You're still my battles. And so I wrote down some notes while I was thinking about things to give back, to unpack, my final unpack of my rucksack for soldiers that are still serving. These are some of the notes that I wrote down. Discover who you are. Uh, Discover who you are outside of the uniform while you're still in the uniform, so that when you make that transition, because we're all making the transition sooner or later, one day, hopefully, so you're not lost. Discover yourself early. Discover yourself early. The earlier you're able to do that, the better. Also know, going throughout your journey in the military, facades, and this is just in life in general. This is for life in general. Facades facades only work while the play is showing. Remember that. It'll make sense to some of y'all later. Always be genuine, no matter what. Always be genuine, no matter what. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing around you. Be genuine. Stick to your standard. Stick to what you believe in. You can respect and appreciate other people's thoughts, so on and so forth, but you stick to your standard and don't give it up. Maintain your integrity no matter what. Regardless of who says anything, regardless of who tries to paint you out to be something or someone different, you maintain your integrity no matter what. I'm able to walk away after 27 years of maintaining my integrity. Maintain your integrity. Don't compromise it. Because once you do, it never comes back. Remember, especially in this climate, that weak people lead with power. True leadership, true leadership is appropriately dispensing the will of the people or the soldiers in an effort to achieve success together, and bringing all of those different pieces together to push forward. Maintain your health, both mentally, physically, and spiritually. Maintain your health, because nobody's going to do it for you. And you fight for that. Be responsible for your dreams. Nobody is in charge of your dreams except for you. If you dream something you want it to you want to happen, you want to see it happen, you want to make it happen, you do it. Nobody's responsible for that. Nowhere in the process of your dreams is anybody responsible for making that happen. It's up to you. It's up to you. Take care of your family and mourn your losses and loved ones, and protect your mental health, especially in the army, military in general. Protect your mental health. There are such things as bad leaders. There are such things as bad leaders. And I'll say it one more time. There are, there will be a such thing as bad leadership, a bad leader in general, bad people. There absolutely will be. But you protect your mental health, regardless of what they do and what they say and how they try and fight you. You maintain yourself. You maintain your presence. You maintain your peace of mind. Once this is all said and done with, once you take your uniform off and you've got to throw your pistols in the water bucket, you will be left with your loved ones, and you have to begin to protect your loved ones and your mental health from day one. You have to. You have to. If you need to take a knee, damn it, you take a knee. If you're no good to the team, and the team is only as strong as the weakest person, you're no good to your team if you are pushing and pushing and pushing, but you're not there. You're not here. You're not here. You can't be, you're not focused. Stay focused. Protect your loved ones. Leaders, leaders. One of the greatest sayings that I heard about leadership is the mission of the leader is to take care of the soldiers so that they can take care of the mission. Lead your soldiers with responsibility, care, and understand what that responsibility is. Treat it very, very carefully. You've got people's lives in your hands. You can affect the lives of thousands, hundreds of people when in leadership. Be good leaders. Finally, I often said, and I tell my kids this. Actually, I'll tell you another thing after this. Always leave any place that you go better than what you found it. Make sure that people know that you were there. Don't tread lightly. Go there intentionally. Step with purpose. Do that. This will be the last thing that my last piece of advice. Something that I teach my kids and I teach my soldiers. I taught my soldiers. And I want to make sure that this is said before the sun sets on my career. Identify who you are. Don't allow others to define who you are. You define who you are and you make others act accordingly. You define who you are. Nobody else gets that privilege. Nobody gets that opportunity. You define who you are. Now, in closing, yeah, I'm going to show some pictures in a little bit, some more pictures as I close out. But I want to say this before each episode, I carefully thought of the shirt that I was going to wear. You couldn't see it, but in my first video, I had on an older Army PT shirt, and that was from my early years. I got t-shirts that are even older than that, but I wore that one on purpose. When I was talking about the 75th in the background, I had a hat that came from my op 4 team, and I wore a t-shirt. Going through my development, my professional development, I wore an NCOAA t-shirt, and I switched that out with another shirt, if you called it. Oh, uh, uh, anyway, I switched it out with another shirt. I made sure that when I started talking about me being a new dad, I had the new dad hat present. And so I've carefully selected the attire that I've worn throughout these episodes. And today, I chose to wear a black t-shirt. And I did that with the understanding of the power of the color black. And it lines up and it matches with who I am for various different reasons. Out of the color black, and hopefully a lot of people know this, if not everybody already, you get every spectrum of the rainbow. Every view of light, every color comes out of the color black. And so, with me wearing this shirt with no logos on it, the only logo that I'm wearing is that of my own, but the only with no logos on it, this is me symbolically expressing that in less than 12 hours, I go back into a void of black. I'm venturing back into an area that I don't know, that I'm unfamiliar with, and quite frankly, I am frightened, but I'm also excited because out of it will come everything. Everything that I've done and I've accomplished throughout these 27 years, I have available. And so as I move forward in a civilian capacity, I'll be able to paint every spectrum, every color of who I am. I get to make it up this time. I get to do what I want to do. I get to dream without limits. Every step will be intentional. Every new endeavor will be purposeful. And so I chose black to wear today. To begin to shut the door on one thing and look at the possibilities that are in front of me and what could be. 8 days from soldier to civilian in 8 days. Day is August 28th. I enlisted in the United States Army October 31st, 1997. I have risen through the ranks to achieve the rank of Sergeant First Class. I have sacrificed for my country. I am a combat veteran. I have suffered great losses. I've also gained infinitely. The Army has changed me. The Army has shown me and stressed me out, shown me what it is to be a professional, shown me what it is to feel lonely, and it's shown me what it is to be loved. My only hope for everyone who's watching this and who has gone throughout this journey with me is that you've somehow, some way learned something not just about me, but more so about yourself. That you've understood that sometimes just moving, going forward is what needs to happen. 27 years. It all goes by in a blink. So finally, I will post a live for tonight at 11:50 my time, 8:50 Pacific Standard Time, so y'all can figure out the math and distance in between those 2. So I'm on Eastern Time, right? 11:50 Eastern Time, 23:50 for the military minded. I'll post a link to go live. This recording is pre-recorded, but I'll post a link to go live. If you so choose, hop on, hop on. It'll be the last time you get to talk to me as a soldier. At midnight, the lights go out. See y'all tonight.